I totally understand. You have millions, if not billions, of different ideas. And every idea you get may be better than the one before. And every idea feels right and feels like it might work. But the issue is, you have to only pick one idea. Because how I see it is, you have 10 units of energy. Now, if you start with dropshipping, and then you go e-commerce, clothing brand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god, that's such a bad circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're back at the same spot. What's the point of using all your energy to come back to the same spot? It's completely dumb. It's like inconceivable why you would do such a thing. If you see another guy right here, he might start behind you, but if this guy puts all his energy in one direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I don't even have to explain to you how much ahead this guy would be. Like, they were given the same amount of resources, the same 10 energy slots, but this guy is much further. Now, imagine a period of 10 years. 10 years, this guy would be miles ahead of him. And guess what he would say? He would say he's lucky. Well, that's entirely stupid. Anyways, let me explain to you 3 principles so you can be the guy with the arrow. You can be this guy who is 10 steps ahead. So we'll go for the first guy. He is circle theory. The second guy is an arrow. You want to be like the second guy. In order to be like an arrow, you have to understand humans have FOMO. FOMO. See, back in the caveman days, we had an issue because FOMO was something inbuilt to us for a mechanism of survival. It was a mechanism of survival. Like, let's say there was this new stick that can kill deer or whatever. We don't want to miss out on that stick because the next winter we might not have food. So we want to get that stick so we can attack the deer. Bang! Oh my god, that flew. But the point is, there was some danger back in the day of dying. Now, in the modern society, you can just go grocery shopping. You know, there's not that danger. But it's still inbuilt to us. So the only way to beat FOMO is to understand, oh, okay, my brain's doing that weird thing again, you know. It's creating FOMO. I just have to accept it and let it ride through. So the best example for FOMO is never give up. Because yes, there will be thousands, if not millions of different opportunities. Like even at my level or Iman Ghazi's level, there are different opportunities he can do. You know, he could probably buy a car company or do whatever. But he has to stick to his thing. And if he does, he's going to get even richer than he is now. The second thing I would say is overconfidence. Yes, I know this might be a surprising one, but even though overconfidence is the reason we stepped into what we're doing, like we're overconfident that we will make it, that's good. But in some sort of moderation, because if you let overconfidence kill your dream, there's no point. So what I mean by kill your dream is, as entrepreneurs, we feel like we can do a multitude of different things. We think we can do 10 different things at the same time, and no one can do it better than us. See, that's so stupid though. If you're doing 10 different things, you only have 24 hours in your day. Like, you only have that 10 units of energy. If you're giving each separate thing, if you're doing 10 different things, each thing is getting 1 unit. It's getting an equal proportion of your energy of the day. Then that means nothing's being prioritized. If nothing's being prioritized, guess what? You're back to the circle guy. You do not want to be the cycle guy. The only way to overcome overconfidence is to be like, okay, I don't have to be perfect. I can make mistakes. Let me just stick to this one thing, see where it goes. Because life is a journey, it's not a destination. You're supposed to go through up and downs. You're not supposed to be like, oh, bingo, right here, X marks the spot. That's not how it works. Like, what happened is because of, we got lucky to have the technology we do today. But obviously, everything has consequences. The consequence of technology is that we can get anything and everything with a click of a button. So our minds, for like a new generation growing up with technology, we think that everything is like a button. You push it, it's a destination, it's the end of the journey as soon as you find what to do. But that's not how it works. That's absolutely not how life works. You have to go through these peaks. You have to go through these troughs. By peaks and troughs, if you guys forgot, I mean like the top, we have to go through like the happiest days, and we have to go through the worst of days. But at the end, it's this massive journey that we call life. When we're 80 on our deathbed and we look back and we're like, fuck, I loved all of these times. That's what life is. Anyways, just don't be overconfident, because like, let's say if you're building a business in the future, you have to delegate different roles to different people. Like, even though I can do editing, I wouldn't expect me to be better than my editor at editing, because that's all he does. He's focused on one thing. And because he's focused on that one thing, he can provide me so much value. Okay. The third one is clarity. What I mean by clarity is, let's say you're going to the shops. If you don't know where the shops are, you can walk 10,000 steps in the wrong direction. You won't get to the shops. You need to know what you're trying to achieve. Like, if you want to be a fitness coach, you have to get fit. You wouldn't get into IT thinking you'll become a fitness coach. Not saying that IT people aren't fit. But you need to know where you're going. If, let's say you want to be a cricketer, you won't be playing basketball. You will be playing cricket. So clarity is a very simple one, but very, very powerful because it's hard to put in practice. Doing one thing, like let's say after this video, you guys follow all these 3 steps. It can get really boring, but that's exactly what you have to do. These are the blueprints. So the best thing I would say is an extra bonus, I can give you, is a vision filter. For clarity, you need a vision filter. And to do all the steps I've talked about, you need a vision filter. Because you might be like, yeah, I want to become a millionaire. I want to start like a car rental company. I want to start this. I want to do this, whatever. If you're trying to become a cricketer, let's say you're trying cricket. Someone might say, yo, Rahan, you're really good at basketball. Why don't you do that? Why don't you do basketball? The vision filter will help you be like, okay, if I'm doing cricket, basketball is going to distract me because it's not with cricket. Those are the obvious ones. And then there'll be other distractions that are less obvious. So let me write here. Obvious, less, and then subtle. Subtle. So obvious is like what I said, basketball. Oh, basketball. One sec. That is obvious. But when someone says, let's go hiking, what you could think is, oh yeah, this is going to help my fitness. So it's a little less obvious. However, that type of fitness may not help you, and it could injure you like you slip on a rock. So that's also a distraction. And then what else? Bodybuilding. Actually, a better example would just be gym. Gym is very general. I know there's different things you can do, but you don't want to be doing hypertrophy. You don't want to be doing anything that's distracting you from cricket. You want to be doing plyometrics. You want to be doing cricket training. That's how you can become a cricketer. So the best way I can explain a vision board to you is 2 sets of questions. What are you doing? No, what do you want to do? And then, why do you want to do it? So if you say, I want to do this one thing, become a cricketer, why do you want to become a cricketer? To be rich and famous? Do you want to become a cricketer because you like being an athlete? Is it because your dad's Indian and he's telling you he's telling you to become a cricketer? Why do you want to do it? Now, if you can use these 2 answers as principles throughout your business career, you'll know exactly what is important to you. Look, success is relative, you know. My type of success could be becoming a billionaire, but for you, it could be just retiring your family. And it's very important that you understand that. Just take time to understand that everyone's success is different. Just because he has more money than you doesn't mean he's more successful. If your level of success was just making sure that you have enough financial freedom so your family can spend every day together, it wouldn't make any sense. So one thing Simon Sinek says is the infinite game. And the infinite game is very, very powerful, very, very complicated. Well, not complicated. Simple but powerful. I would definitely let you guys check that out. You can just search it up on YouTube. Infinite Game by Simon Sinek. But overall, these 2 principles have helped me so much. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I guess not. The only thing I would say would be build yourself an idea parking lot. Like, I was only gonna give you 3 things, but I hope these bonuses help as well. By an idea parking lot, I mean have a space. Like if you're like, oh my god, this is such a good idea, go on. I use Instagram, IG. I message myself. Like have some kind of notes where you can store these ideas. So let's say you say, oh my god, you know, crypto is massive, or you know, car companies is where it's at because of Elon. Then you can store that. So after you feel like whatever you've done is not enough or it's not working out for you, then you can go back to those ideas. Or if they align with your goals, like I told you, everything will work out. But if these ideas align with your goals, then you just implement them later. Or the worst case scenario is that you have so much knowledge now that you know whatever ideas you had before won't work and are completely unreasonable, and you have newer, better ideas. That was basically a summary on how to stay focused, and it's really simple, to be honest. I don't understand how people can't stay focused, but definitely those two questions, what you're trying to achieve and why you're trying to achieve it, is like really powerful. All right. If you guys have any other questions, just let me know.